So we'll start with a good posture, feet hip width, knees relaxed, hips in line, shoulders back and down, crown up towards the sky, chin parallel to the ground. One hand on the chest, one just below the ribs, breathing in and out through the nose, aiming the in-breath to the lower hand. And bringing both arms up, we'll inhale, lengthen with the left, exhale with the right. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. Then take hold of the left wrist with the right hand, inhale, exhale to the right. Come back to center, swap the hands over. Inhale, exhale to the left. Come in center and swap. Inhale, exhale over. Back to center, swapping inhale and exhale. And center. So one more each side. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale over. Remember, nothing should hurt, so don't force it. Come back to center. Inhale and exhale. And coming back, bring the arms down. And gently roll the shoulders back. And then roll the shoulders forwards. And then concentrate on the left shoulder and just take the left one forward. And then take the right one back. And both together, left forward, right back. And left forward, right back. Or some kind of equivalent movement. Takes a while to get used to. Then right one forward. And left one back. And together, right forward, left back. Right forward, left back. I have been practicing this year, so it's not as easy as it looks. Alright, so taking the feet a little bit wider than hip width, bending the knees, and just working into the hips. So imagine using a hula hoop, but adding a little forward and backward tilt. So go one way and then the other. And then we'll swap again. And then swap. And just get as much movement into that pelvic area as you can. Alright, now we're going to work on the lower joints. So squeeze the belly button in, finding your focus point, and then working into that left hip. So it does not have to be a big movement. So we just circle one way and then the other. Just warming up the joint. And onto the knee joint. So again, circling one way and then the other. And then onto the ankle. So either hold in the knee or keep the leg low. But try and get as much movement in the ankle as you can. And then go the other way. And going down, go onto that right hip. So just that gentle movement. Remember, nothing should hurt. And the other way. Fingertips to the kneecap, rotating into that joint. Foot stays relaxed. And one way and the other. working on the ankle joints. And we'll swap direction. And bring that leg down. Okay, we're working on the eagle pose. So take the left arm across the body, right one on top. We're trying to bring the forearms up and the palms together, or wherever you get to. We bring the arms down to the other side. Right one across, left on top, forearms up, palms together. Coming down. So again, left one across, right on top, forearms up, palms together maybe. Now if you want a deeper stretch, lift the elbows. And coming down, right one across, left on top, forearms up, palms together, and maybe lifting the elbows. And coming down. So standing on that right leg, bring the left one high and across, tucking those toes around the back of the calf if we can, and just bring the hands to the chest and get used to the balance. So if it's a struggle, then you can always keep the toes on the ground. We'll do the other side. We're standing on the left so the right leg comes high and across, and bringing the hands to the chest. Try and squeeze the legs together. And coming out. So again, standing on the right, have a little bend in that right knee, and then bring the left leg across. Left arm, right one on top, forearms up, palms together. So if you fall out of the pose to come back in, the first arm is always the same as the top leg. And then coming on out, standing on the left, right one across. So the first arm is the right arm. Just gaze through the hands. And hand coming out. So again, so bring that left leg over the right. The first arm is the left one, right one on top. Forearms up, palms together. Now either stay in there or bring the elbows down to the knee. Carefully come back out. So one more. So standing on the left, bring the right leg high and across, tucking the toes round. Right arm, then left on top. So either stay here or bring the elbows down to the knee, nice and controlled. Try it with a long out breath. And coming on out. Now place the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And we're going to come into a forward bend. So if you don't want to keep the arms behind, then just hold on to the elbows. Or if you can, keep the arms behind, and we're going to have a deep bend in the knees, and rest the body on the thighs. Head drops down. We're going to inhale, exhale, straighten the legs to wherever you get to, and then take the arms a little bit further. But do not strain. Again, deep bend in the knees, inhale, exhale, straighten. So one more, inhale, and exhale. And bend the knees, we'll carefully roll on up. And bring the left arm across the body, squeeze it in with the right hand, and look left, and on to the other side. And bring the arms down. Okay, so take the feet a little bit wider than hip width. So we're trying to twist around that thoracic area, just around the chest. So a little bend in the knees to isolate the hips. And just a tiny movement. And just twisting around that rib area. Now a little bit further, so we're twisting with the waist, but still trying to keep the hips isolated, so they're locked. And then we'll twist all the way through the body, through the hips, the knees, and the ankles, if that feels good for you. So it might not feel so great on the knees if you've got problems, or the ankles, so just pay attention to how the body feels. And bring the arms down and just gently swing the arms. Okay, so we're going to do a high lunge. So have the feet hip width to start with. And take the left foot forward, right foot back. So that left knee is bent, the right leg straight, with the right heel up. Both sets of toes facing forwards. And we'll just hold with the hands to the chest. Now if you want to, we'll go further with a little twist. So the outside of the elbow goes to the opposite knee. And control back up, swap the legs over. And we'll have that right leg forward, left leg back. So remember those parallel lines, as if you're on train tracks. Shoulders above the hips. And always just stay here, or we add the low twist. We press the palms together. Maybe sink a little further. Control back up. Okay, so a little bit more balance. We're going to do tree pose. So standing on the right and bring that left foot either to the ankle, the calf, or into the upper thigh, but never rest the foot on the knee joint. We're just working up stage by stage to wherever you're at. Arms out, palms to the chest, bring the arms up halfway, or even lengthen fingertips to the sky. Now inhale, lengthen even further, then relax the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, relax. One more, inhale, and exhale. So keep breathing. And coming down. So just do one more on the other side. So placing that foot to the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. So one side you may be able to do a little bit better than the other. So remember, do not get frustrated. Just accept where you're at. Now if you can, we've got the arms up either side of the head. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. Bring the arms down. So I'm going to finish with the chair pose. So bring the feet together, hands to the chest. And we'll inhale. Exhale, as if you were sitting back on a chair. So try and keep the back flat. If you want to, bring the arms up, maybe palms apart or together, maybe even looking up to the hands. So just find what version works best for you. So make sure you're breathing. If you're holding on to the breath, you are trying too hard. So come on up. Now we're going to add a twist. So we inhale first, exhale, sitting back, lengthen through the spine, maybe look to the hands. Now we can stay here, or we're going to add a twist. We bring the hands to the chest, and we twist again, outside of the elbow to the outside of the knee. And breathe. And coming on up, and we'll swap. So inhale, exhale, sitting back, coming into your chair pose. So make sure the knees do not go past the toes. Do not overarch the back. And if you want to, we come down for that low twist. So the elbow goes to the outside of the knee. And then carefully coming back up. So we'll actually finish with the wrist work. So let's take the left arm out in front, fingertips up towards the sky, and gently pull back on the fingers so you feel that stretch underneath the wrist. And then point the fingers down, again pulling on the fingers so you feel the stretch across the top of the wrist. So each way, so fingertips up, pulling back, and fingertips down. The other side. So just bring the arm to shoulder level and pulling back on those right fingers. And point the fingers down. Again, pointing the fingers up. And then down. And gently interlace the fingers and try and make like a figure of 8 movement with the hands. So don't worry about it too much, just get some movement and then go the other way. Alright, now bring the left arm up with the palm facing away, right hand cross, interlace the fingers, bend the elbows, hands down and then through, and maybe even straighten the arms. And go very carefully with this. Should not hurt. So it might feel a deep stretch, but not hurt. Not everybody can get the arms all the way through. And then we'll swap over. So interlace the fingers. Bend the elbows, palms down, and up and through. So wherever you can get to. So one side you may be able to straighten the arms, maybe not the other. But just pay attention and do not cause any pain. And then we'll just shake the wrists. And we'll finish with the good posture and the breathing. The shoulders back and down. Crown to the sky. Chin parallel to the ground. One hand on the chest and just below the ribs. Breathing in and out through the nose. Aim the in-breath to the lower hand. And maybe just enjoy the view of Taha and the private islands behind the Motus. I'll be heading off to one of those later for a fresh coconut water from the fruit. Absolutely amazing. In fact, I had that view, I'm sure, on one of my vision boards. And try and relax the breathing. And we'll bring the arms down. And we are all done.